Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the comparison between the Honor 8 Pro and the OnePlus 5. I have been getting this question from quite a few weeks, and I want to do a very thorough job, so I took my time, and as you can see, I'll be doing a 20-point comparison. There is no point just comparing the device based on specs, so I have jotted down 20 of the most practical differences that you would notice if you are using both these devices, and then you can decide which one is better for you. And I would suggest take down a paper and a pen, because everybody needs are a bit different. So I'll be comparing between these 20 points, so you can take which one is better for you in a particular area, the OnePlus 5 or the Honor 8 Pro. So let's get on with this comparison. And the first thing is regarding the display quality and the size. Both are actually different. The Honor 8 Pro is having a 5.7 inch screen, but this one is having a higher resolution, that is a Quad HD. That means it's a 2K screen. Hence, in terms of screen resolution and clarity, for example, fine text, I would definitely give the edge to this Honor 8 Pro. Don't get me wrong, the OnePlus 5 also has a good screen. It's a 5.5 inch screen, but it's a 1080p screen. But this one is having an AMOLED screen. So in terms of screen quality, if I have to give, I would give the slight edge to the Honor 8 Pro. But now when we move to the maximum screen brightness, and I feel this is sort of important if you're a person who's going to use the phone mostly in outdoor conditions. Here definitely the OnePlus 5 screen is brighter in direct sunlight compared to the Honor 8 Pro. So if you're a person who uses the phone a lot outdoor conditions, then the screen brightness is definitely better on the OnePlus 5 in outdoors lighting conditions. Now coming to the build quality, here I would say both of them have very good build quality, and both feel very premium to hold in the hand. So no complaints regarding build quality in either of these two phones. But I would say I like the fact that we don't have that extra camera hump on the Honor 8 Pro. It's flush, whereas we have that slight camera hump on this OnePlus 5. You get used to it, but again, I have noticed that I don't like that camera hump. So overall, in terms of build quality, I'm like sort of neutral. Both of them have brilliant build quality. In terms of in-hand feel, definitely the OnePlus 5 goes slightly ahead. But again, do remember guys, this is slightly more compact device having a 5.5 inch screen. So in single hand, this feels slightly more comfortable. Whereas this Honor 8 Pro is slightly wider because it's having a 5.7 inch screen. So again, it comes down to personal preference. Again, I got used to even this Honor 8 Pro after using it for 7-8 days. And if you really like the big screen, you like that 5.7 inches. So in terms of build quality, I would say I'm sort of neutral, but some of you might not like that extra camera hump that we have on the OnePlus 5. Now moving to the processor, here clearly the OnePlus 5 is better. It is having the Snapdragon 835 chipset, which is based on the 10 nanometer process. This is the flagship from Qualcomm that we are getting. On the other hand, Honor is a Huawei company, and they use their own processors. So we have the Kirin 960 SoC, which is also an octa-core processor. But in terms of raw, if you do benchmarks and stuff, yes, the Snapdragon 835 is slightly faster. I would rate this one comparable to about the Snapdragon 821 in terms of performance. But again, I'll talk about real world performance. Does it matter? I'll talk about that later. But yeah, in terms of processor specs, definitely the OnePlus 5 is having a better processor. And now moving to the storage write speeds, there have been a lot of talk about this on the internet. And again, I'm be comparing it with the OnePlus 5 that has the 128 gigabytes of internal storage, because the Honor 8 Pro comes with only 128 gigabytes of internal storage. And I did this speed test regarding the storage. So I decided how will be the storage if you write a file to it and read a file to it. So I wrote a 3.8 GB file. Let's first talk about the OnePlus 5, and to write that 3.8 gigabytes of file from the computer to the OnePlus 5, it took me 2 minutes 14 seconds. And again, I did another thing. I read that file from the phone, I dumped it back to the computer, and for read it took 2 minutes 42 seconds. I did this test multiple times to make sure it was an average. So write 214 and read we are getting 242 on the OnePlus 5 for a 3.8 gigabyte file. I thought it would be a lot faster, but this is the results that I got. Whereas on this Honor 8 Pro, for writing the same 3.8 gigabyte file, it took 2 minutes 39 seconds. So yeah, approximately it took 25 seconds more to write the file on the Honor 8 Pro. But surprisingly, to read that file back, for example, when the file was on the phone, I copied it back to the computer. It took 2 minutes 32 seconds. So it was quicker compared to the OnePlus 5 in terms of read speed, which was very surprising. So in terms of storage speeds, yes, if you write a big file to the OnePlus 5, it will be faster. But for reading, for some reason, the Honor 8 Pro is faster. So in terms of day-to-day real-world usage, you won't find a huge difference in my opinions. But again, these were the stats. Now coming to the user interface, here again things can get a little bit personal, I would say, because user interface is a personal opinion, but I feel the OnePlus 5 is having a slight edge because it's almost close to stock Android experience that we get. It runs on Oxygen OS and it is very close to stock Android. So again, if you like stock Android experience, you'll like the OnePlus 5. Also, I'll talk about the updates later. Whereas this Honor 8 Pro is using the EMUI 5.1. It's a lot better than earlier Honor phones, but again, it has that little bit of other customizations that we see, and it's not very close to stock Android. But again, it comes down to personal preference in my opinion. But if you tell me to pick one user interface, I would lean over to the Oxygen OS because it's more closer to the stock Android experience. Now coming to the Android updates, which is also an important thing. Here I would say the OnePlus 5 will go ahead because it's already on having the Android version 7.1.1, and OnePlus has been pushing out updates very quickly on this one. Already in a month, I think so, we've got about 3 updates on the OnePlus 5. This Honor 8 Pro comes with Android Nougat, that is Android 7.0, and it's still on Android 7.0. Honor team has said that the Honor 8 Pro will also be getting the Android O update later on. But in terms of update speed, I would say OS update speeds, definitely the OnePlus 5 will have an edge. Now moving to the battery life, both have different capacities. The OnePlus 5 is having a 3300 milliamp hour battery, whereas this Honor 8 Pro is having a 4000 milliamp hour battery. And yes, the Honor 8 Pro has a bigger screen, do note that, and it's having a 2K screen. But in my testing, I use both these devices as my primary device for several weeks now, and I have to say, in terms of battery life, definitely the Honor 8 Pro was giving me, in terms of screen on time, if we talk about 30 to 40 minutes more compared to the OnePlus 5. Don't get me wrong, the OnePlus 5's battery life is also fine. It would last you for a typical day. But if we compare, the Honor 8 Pro has slightly better battery life compared to the OnePlus 5. We'll talk about the charging time also later on. And now talking about the storage expansion, we don't have any storage expansion on the OnePlus 5. It comes in 2 variants, 64 GB of storage or 128. We don't have any micro SD card option. Whereas on this Honor 8 Pro, it comes with the version that is being sold in India, comes with 128 gigabytes of internal storage. And the second SIM is a hybrid SIM. So if you want to use a SD card, you can use it with the Honor 8 Pro. So in terms of, if you want more storage than 128 gigabytes, then definitely this Honor 8 Pro has an edge because you can, instead of the second SIM, you can put a SD card. And now moving to daily use and RAM management with both these devices, I have to say here I was satisfied with both the devices, so that will be neutral. In terms of multitasking, moving between the apps, doing regular stuff, neither of these phones actually exhibited any lagginess. So in terms of that, if you're worried, you don't have to be worried. And also in terms of RAM management, both of them do an excellent job. The Honor 8 Pro has 6 gigabytes of RAM, whereas the OnePlus 5, you have 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. So in terms of day-to-day performance and RAM management, you don't have to worry about either of these devices. Both of them perform very well. Now moving to another thing that I noticed, and this is sort of important. Heating while using the device. Here, I would say the OnePlus 5 did a far better job. For example, I noticed that when I was using the OnePlus 5 for even on mobile data continuously for let's say 4-5 minutes, then watch a YouTube video for about 3-4 minutes, the back did not get that warm. But that was not the case with the Honor 8 Pro. Don't get me wrong, the Honor 8 Pro, it's not like it becomes so hot that it becomes unusable. But definitely the Honor 8 Pro, after about 5-6 minutes of continuous usage, the back certainly feels a bit warm to touch. So that is one thing you have to notice. Here I feel the OnePlus 5 did a spectacular job. It simply does not heat up. For example, I had the complaint with the OnePlus 3T, if you recall. That is not the case. This hardly heats up while you use the device, but this one will feel, this back area will definitely feel warm when you touch. It's not like it's like unusable, but yes, the back gets a pretty warm. Now moving to charging speed, here you guys know the OnePlus 5 is better. It is having the dash charger, and this dash charger can completely charge the OnePlus 5 in about 67 to 68 minutes. So definitely this is faster. Whereas this Honor 8 Pro, this also comes with a fast charger, but this one will take around 2 hours to charge. So in terms of charging speed, definitely the OnePlus 5 has an edge. Now, moving to the auto brightness sensor, both of them have auto brightness sensor and all the sensors. But in terms of auto brightness sensor, if I have to pick one, I would say the Honor 8 Pro would get my vote. The auto brightness sensor simply works a lot better on the Honor 8 Pro if we compare it with the OnePlus 5. Especially in indoor lighting conditions, the auto brightness sensor is not that sensitive on the OnePlus 5, and I keep manually adjusting the brightness. That is not the case with the Honor 8 Pro. Now moving to the front facing camera, here again in terms of resolution both are different. The OnePlus 5 is having a higher resolution 16 megapixel front facing camera, whereas the Honor 8 Pro is having a 8 megapixel shooter. And as you can see from the sample shots, definitely in terms of front facing camera, I would give the vote to the OnePlus 5. The OnePlus 5 simply has a better front facing camera. And also in terms of video, here is a sample video that I shot with this one, both these, and I feel the OnePlus 5 is doing a far better job in terms of video with the front facing camera. Now if we move to the rear facing camera, things get actually very interesting, and both of these have this dual camera setup, but the way they implement is very different. With the OnePlus 5, it's a 16 megapixel sensor, that's the main one, and the other is a 20 megapixel, but the second one is used as a zoom lens. It's actually a 1.6 crop, but using software, it's a 2x zoom that we get. Whereas on the Honor 8 Pro, both of these are a 12 megapixel shooter. The primary one is a color sensor, but the second one is a monochrome sensor, and it helps the first sensor to get better quality pictures. So we don't have then that zoom and stuff, but if you compare the pictures with the rear facing camera in outdoor conditions, actually both of them do a fabulous job. But when it comes to indoor lighting conditions, and I was also very surprised that the Honor 8 Pro did a better job in terms of camera performance from the rear facing camera. But one advantage that this OnePlus 5 is having, that if you are a person who zooms in a lot, then definitely the 2x zoom will produce better results. But overall, if I have to pick the rear facing camera, I felt that the pictures that came out from the rear facing camera of the this Honor 8 Pro were surprisingly better even in artificial and low lighting conditions. Now moving to some other stuff. For example, this Honor 8 Pro has some extra functionality. For example, this has an IR blaster, so you can use this one as a remote controller to control devices like television, air conditioners, etc. That functionality is simply not there on the OnePlus 5. It does not have the IR blaster hardware. And also with this Honor 8 Pro, you get that VR box. The package you can convert and put it as a VR box, so that is one thing you are getting extra. And also if you actually use VR a lot, then the Honor 8 Pro might be better, because this one is having a higher resolution 2K screen, and if you use VR a lot, though, that higher resolution screen might be better for you. So in these two departments, IR blaster and VR, I would say the Honor 8 Pro might be a better choice. Now moving to speaker output, both of them actually have a single speaker at the bottom, and both do a very good job in terms of speaker output. I was satisfied with the speaker output of both, but in terms of loudness, if I have to pick one, the OnePlus 5 speaker, yes, is a little bit louder. But don't get me wrong, even this Honor 8 Pro speaker is pretty loud, and I was happy with the same. But loudness, yeah, OnePlus 5 has a louder speaker. Now moving to the headphone jack. Fortunately, both these devices have a 3.5mm headphone jack. Let's first talk about the OnePlus 5. The audio output from the headphone jack is actually good on the OnePlus 5. It's much better than the earlier OnePlus devices. But if I have to pick a winner, definitely my pick would be the Honor 8 Pro. The Honor 8 Pro's output from the headphone jack is simply better, and it had a little bit more depth in the music, and it could even drive heavy headphones that I had. And it has that DTS audio output via the headphone jack. So if you listen to a lot of music and that's a very high criteria, then definitely the Honor 8 Pro's headphone jack is better. Now moving to the fingerprint scanner, both of them actually have excellent fingerprint scanner, but the implementation is very different. On this OnePlus 5, it's on the front. As you can see, you just tap in and it works. Very sensitive one. Whereas on this Honor 8 Pro, it's on the back. And this one is also actually really good. You just tap in, as you can see, I'm just going to tap in and it works. So in terms of fingerprint scanners, about sensitivity, both do a spectacular job, and it will come down to your personal preference, I would say. You like fingerprint scanners on the front or on the back. So here, I would say I'm sort of neutral. You have to decide which one you like. And now lastly, moving to the pricing, definitely in this aspect, the Honor 8 Pro goes ahead. It is the version that is sold in India sells for 30,000, and this comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage. Whereas the least expensive OnePlus 5 is having 64 GB of internal storage and comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM. If you want a OnePlus 5 with the higher storage, that is 128 gigabyte variant that comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, that is for 38,000. So these were the 20 different practical points that I have noticed between the Honor 8 Pro and the OnePlus 5. Now it's up to you to decide which one is better for you. In terms of day-to-day performance, both these phones perform very well, and in fact I have already posted the in-depth reviews for both these devices on my channel with its pros and cons. So if you are still undecided which one is better for you, I suggest you watch that video. And I hope this video makes sense and helps you in deciding which device is better for you. And if you like this video, hit that like button and also share it with your friends. It might help them. And if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.